And perhaps to round off the point, when you said paragraph 49 was requested by the CFO, this would be the WhatsApp, or at least the telephone conversations where Mr. Nkosi was also referred to there.
Yes, Commissioner.
Then can we pick it up from paragraph 50?
The reason or purpose of your discussion of procurement matters with Sergeant Nkosi. Sergeant Nkosi requested assistance with list of bidders. We did not have any discussion on procurement matters. I have shared the two documents with him, which are administrative records. These are closing out the reports after the tender has closed, relating to bids and their pricing, which are available. They get published or for every bidder to see them. I've attached such as Annex J.
Just to understand, Deputy Commissioner Lamini, you earlier testified, I think at paragraph 13 of your statement, that Sergeant Nkosi approached you with what we at least agreed to a tender process where Ngapesheya wanted to tender, and you referred them to someone that you say is well vested in those tenders. Now, at paragraph 50, there's a separate request. Can you explain exactly what this request entailed? Because you simply say that he requested assistance with list of the bidders. What is the net effect of that if you are assisting him with the list?
He indicated that he wanted to verify in both instances that whether his brother has tendered a bid or what.
So for now, we can say at least he is advancing the interest of Ngapesheya.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Commissioner. Is that correct, Commissioner?
And lastly, did you duly comply with the request?
Yes, I did forward him those lists.
Just understand, you say these documents were available, public documents, and you refer us to Annex J. When you say they were available public documents, on which platform, which public platform are they available at the time when you provide to Sergeant Nkosi?
They usually publish them, Commissioner, on e-tender for Tswane. So they close out the report, they put them there, because when the tender closes, any bidder can request the pricing of those bidders and so forth. But due to administration, sometimes delay of a lot of tenders, it gets done later on.
Okay. And that closing that you're referring to, that is before, you say it's a close-up report or something, closing reports?
It's close out the reports, yes.
This is before the BEC and BAC processes.
It's before the BEC and the BAC processes take place.
Okay, all right. So if anyone went on to the website, they would find, after the closing date,
yes,
they would find this document that you have attached as Annex J.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, correct, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Just to understand, Commissioner Lamini, remember the first approach when they came to you, said, and I think you used the word that you refused to assist them.
Yes.
Now, with the benefit of hindsight, when this request came from Sergeant Nkosi, would it not have been prudent for someone who has outright refused to get involved to say to him, either one, speak to Beggy, who is a director or owner, to use the word loosely, of Ngapesheya, or to simply direct him to where he can obtain this information?
He indicated that he can't access it on himself, and requested me if I can forward those to him. So it was not in assisting with the tender or anything, because I knew these are public documents that are there.
All right, can we then move to paragraph 51.1?
Whether I have discussed payment and allocation of work to Gubi's 85 solution with Sergeant Nkosi or any other person who are not employees of City of Tshwane and the Tshwane Metro Police Department. I have never discussed any payment with Sergeant Nkosi. I only responded to the CFO inquiries which were made through Sergeant Nkosi. The allocation of work is the responsibility of APSS as addressed before. So I was just responding to the CFO because he made inquiries through Sergeant Nkosi after he spoke to me.
Commissioner, the document which is Annex J, not for now. When you come for the second time, bring the one that you find on the website, because I'm going to take issue with your assertion that this is a public document. So come prepared next time.
I will.
And get the one that you would access from the system and it is publicly available. But I'm going to take issue with your assertion that this was a publicly available document.
Yes.
Commissioner Lamini, can you just explain what do you mean when you respond to this question, when you say, I only responded? So the first sentence says that I have never discussed any payments with Sergeant Nkosi. I only responded to the CFO's inquiries, which were made through Sergeant Nkosi. That does not seem to align. What do you understand? What do you mean by that?
As I indicated earlier on, to say the CFO spoke to me on the 4th while he was with Sergeant Nkosi. And on the 5th of May, he made a follow-up to say Nkosi must check with me. How far am I with addressing the outstanding payment? And that's when I responded through that message to Sergeant Nkosi for the knowledge of the CFO, because I did not have any contact of the CFO.
What is the plausible reason why you could not at least do it directly with the CFO, this communication?
I never had the CFO's contact details. I took it out of that he's inquiring through Nkosi. I know Nkosi, I trusted him, then I responded to Nkosi to give the message to the CFO.
And you could have still asked for the CFO's numbers so that you confined the matters affecting the City of Tshwane within the employees that are within the City of Tshwane. Would that be a fair statement to make to you?
It's a fair statement. It never came to me by then.
Okay, thank you. Let's move to the next page, which is page 11.
whether you have any relationship directly or indirectly with Mr. Calvin Mahlangu or have met him. I don't have any relationship directly or indirectly with Mr. Calvin Mahlangu, and I only met him once in a meeting with Mr. Mpofu.
Okay, please proceed.
Whether I shared any information relating to tenders TMPD 2 2016-17, TMPD 1 24-25, and TMPD 3 24-25 with Sergeant Nkosi and any other person, including the bidders, outside of the city of Tshwane. I have not shared any information with any other person outside the city of Tshwane, except instances illustrated in paragraph 50 of those requests from Sergeant Nkosi.
So the simple answer would be that you have shared the information, albeit you say that it was, for now, say it was public information, but you have shared.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry, it's not just, you say you've shared that public information.
Yes, Commissioner.
But you also say, I understand you to be saying that you have shared information with Sergeant Nkosi, but it was intended for the CFO. Because that must be so. You have City of Tshwane information that you say is intended for the CFO, but it goes to Sergeant Nkosi. So there was sharing of information with an outsider. For the reason that you give a reason why it went to Nkosi, but Nkosi is not in Tshwane, so.
Yes, the
he is
CFO
outside.
inquired through Nkosi. I just passed the message through Nkosi to the CFO.
I think what I'm trying to get to, without creating or expecting it to be a debate, is that you were providing information to Nkosi. You have an explanation, you give an explanation. You say, in fact, that information was for the CFO.
Yes.
But it was given to Nkosi, who is external to Tshwane. I just wanted to be clear about that. Because that will be a subject of debate with you when you come back. I just wanted it to maybe let me rephrase it this way, that my discussion with you will be that you did share information with an outsider. Your answer is, well, it was meant for the CFO. That's what I will be debating with you.
It's noted, Commissioner.
Perhaps with that in mind, when you come back, something to ponder about, Commissioner Lamini. And the essence of it is this, is that with information, because it's a consumable, once you receive it, whether it's intended for you or not, you have consumed that information, whether you pass it or not. It's not an item as me passing you a cell phone to pass on to a third party, and then we leave it like that and we take it on face value that it was just sharing off, or at least passing off of an item, and information was consumed, even if it was not intended at the end of the day to land with that person. It was conveying the message. So think about what I'm saying to you. Then when you come back, as Commissioner Baloyi said, it is something that we can debate on.
Okay.
Thank you. While we're there, can we then move on to the next paragraph?
The reason for me to discuss matters relating to procurement of the City of Tshwane and the TMPD, particularly in relation to TMPD 2 2016-17, TMPD 1 24-25, and TMPD 3 24-25 with Sergeant Nkosi. Also provide reason for providing Sergeant Nkosi with the names of companies or bidders for the City of Tshwane and the Tshwane Metro Police Department. I think it's the same as the one that we dealt with.
Yes, I think you are quite right. I mean, I think we just said, look, these answers are untenable for now.
Yes.
Go and think about them again.
Yes.
Let's move on then to the next paragraph.
giving details whether I assisted directly or indirectly any bidder in respect of tenders, TMPD 2, 2016-17, TMPD 1, 24-25, and TMPD 3, 24-25 during the procurement stage or process. I have not assisted directly or indirectly any bidder during the procurement stage processes.
I think then that deals with the next paragraph as well. Then let's jump to paragraph 60.
Explain your relationship with Mr. Garrett Mnisi beyond that of fellow employees of the City of Tshwane. The explanation must include any personal relationship, common interest, whether of a business or other nature, the nature and extent of such a relationship or common interest, and when such a relationship or common interest commenced. Mr. Mnisi, it's my colleague who holds the position of the CFO in the City of Tshwane. I do not have any personal relationship or business relationship. The relationship I have with the CFO, it's a professional relationship and does not extend beyond that point.
Okay, thank you. Proceed.
Lastly, explain in detail the nature and extent and purpose of your three-way interaction with both Mr. Garrett Mnisi and Sergeant Nkosi, and why such interaction would have included the business of the City of Tshwane. I think is the question that we'll deal with when we come, as Commissioner Kumalo indicated.
That's fair enough. Perhaps on the
Yes.
last question, will you accept at the very bare minimum that at least a common interest you have with Mr. Mnisi is that you both have Sergeant Nkosi as a common person that you both refer to as brother, or at least as having a close relationship with him? Can you at least concede on that score?
The question was the relationship I have with the CFO. It's just a professional relationship.
Yes.
For me to have a brotherly relationship with Sergeant Nkosi, I can't extend it to the CFO and as such.
No, that's fair enough. That was not my question. I was saying, and without probing you, to say that if you accept for a moment that Sergeant Nkosi testified that him and Sergeant Nkosi testified that him and the CFO consider themselves as brothers, they have a close relationship. You have also similarly testified that you also consider Sergeant Nkosi as a brother or someone very close to you.
Yes.
So what I was putting to you is that you have a person of common interest between you and Mr. Mnisi. Is that a fair comment?
I don't think so.
You don't accept for now.
Please repeat the question. I'm not sure I follow it, Mr. Musigidi.
Chairperson, the proposition I'm putting to Commissioner Lamini is this, is that, and then the simple proposition is that you seem to both share at least Mr. Nkosi as a person of common interest, as a friend. Both of you. Do you follow that?
I don't think so, because we are at different level of the relationships.
Okay,
I knew Nkosi as a young boy. He used to
Fine,
take
that's
it,
fine.
so it's at a different level.
Okay, no, it's fine. We'll explore it later on. Then can we deal with other matters right in the middle of the page?
Yes. The other matters, it was the one that were raised, the request for a forensic investigation regarding a Metropolis Inspector Piri, who issued written instruction to deploy ADO guards beyond his mandate. I think when DC Spees indicated in the commission that I blocked a report for a full year that seeks to investigate Sergeant Phiri, which was sent to me in 2025, and the report only emerged now March 2026 after he made inquiries about the whereabouts of that report. And I think I wanted to bring to the commission that I'm not sure whether that was misinformation given to the commission. No, it was a deliberate effort, perhaps to tarnish me in the commission that I've blocked this report. I've attached an annexure.
It's on page 195.
Yes, I've attached that
1.
as an annexure to show that the report that it is alleged that I sat with it for the entire year, it's not true and correct. Because Director Minares, it was indicated that he reports to me under Internal Affairs, and he came to me to indicate that, he was given a mandate by the Deputy Chief Spees to investigate the Inspector Phiri around the deployment of ad hoc services. As a courtesy, because he reports to me, Deputy Chief Spees never came to me. He went direct to Director Minar. Director Minar on 29 July 2025, he sends a report. He told me that this is the situation. I said, because you got an instruction, execute it nonetheless. And on 29 July, he sends a report to say, I'm done with the report. This is the report I'm forwarding to DC Spees. If you look at the report, it's on 1951. It's clearly addressed, to Deputy Chief of Police, APPU, to take note of the report. The underneath signature there is that of Director Minar, which was not meant, he just said, take note, I'm done with this report, I'm sending it to DC Spees, just for cognizance purposes. Because one, there are in any environment, there'll be work politics that are taking place, which I don't think it's for the purpose of this commission. So then DC Spees comes and just indicate on the emails. It doesn't show the content of that email to say to whom was the letter addressed to and to whom is it coming to. He indicates that I've blocked that, report that was supposed to have gone a year before to deal with Sergeant Phiri. So I wanted to deal with that assertion that it was incorrect, that's misinformation. I'm not sure whether, why did DC Spees, indicate, such information which is not truthful to the commission that I blocked the report, because that was not meant for me. That report was sent to him by Director Minar. And because I've told all my subordinates to say, if they are being given job work, either by the chief or by any other person, let them execute it so that we don't avoid putting them at a corner to say, who gave you this work? Why are you doing it without me sanctioning such a work, and so forth? Because employees get caught up in the battle of, the seniors, which becomes unfair for them. So I tell them, if the chief calls you to his office, you go there. If he gives you task, you execute. Just for courtesy, if you alert me, it's fine. Even if you don't, it's okay. If it's not meant for my eyes, it's even fine with that one. So much as I'm saying, I wanted to address that it was incorrect, that it was misinformation, that I blocked a report seeking to deal with Sergeant Peer.
So internal affairs falls under you?
Yes, Commissioner.
Mina reports to you,
Yes.
and before this report could go to Spees, it had to come to you.
He brought it for just to take note that he's done with the report.
But do you sign it off to say it can be sent to Spees? How does it work?
I don't have to sign it. His signature.
No,
it's
not
Mina.
sign it, sign off.
I told him he can forward it. The report
So
is
you were
fine.
satisfied with
Yes.
the content of the report?
Yes.
And you said he can give it to Spees?
Yes. He is a good person. Unfortunately, I can't speak bad about Danny Minar. He does do a lot of things that are not meant to be coming to me, but he informs me just for courtesy purposes.
Would you then, Commissioner Lamini, check if you have that email where you say you did say you can send it off, or at least you've signed it off?
We spoke. He sent it. He came to my office. We spoke about it.
It was verbal?
Yes.
And according to you then, from that moment on, you were not expected to do anything further?
Yes,
Is that
I was
fair
not
understanding?
expected to do anything further. Remember, he went directly to Director Minar to instruct him to do that. He never came to me.
All right, can you move then to paragraph 2 on page 13?
Yes, the second assertion which was made by DC Spees is that I have influenced the extension of the security tender through the CFO. It's incorrect. I was requested by the Chief of Police to intervene after the extension report was presented by Director Nwandule, which was not approved by the BAC. I have attached annexures, of that, annexure N of the extension report and the request that was made by the Chief of Police and the WhatsApp group management, where the city manager was saying the security tender is coming to an end and he hasn't seen any extension report in his office. That's when I intervened, because a report which was not, according to BAC standard was presented at the BAC without indicating, because when MFMA requires that when you do an extension, you need to take the total value of the contract and indicate the threshold that is required for the extension of that contract, which was not part of the report. There were no SLAs that were attached to that thing. So I only facilitated and assisted as requested by the Chief of Police to assist Director Nwandule and DC Police with that report, because by then DC Police was the one who was heading Assets Protection Unit. So I assisted them in the report to ensure that the extension report get presented. So he comes and say, I extended the report to the CFO. The CFO approved because I have an interest of ensuring that Gubis continue to benefit, which is a total lie, because after this 4 months extension, he also went, acquired other extension, 2 or so, of the extension of the same tender. But he comes and say, I needed to benefit certain companies, which is not factual and it's not true.
Thank you. We then move on to the second part of your statement.